Hello, beautiful people. I wanted to update you on my thought process in choosing to compete in 2019. As some of you might know, in 2018 I did 3 NPC bikini competitions. I did 2 here in California, and I actually went and did one on the IFBB international stage in Guadalajara in Mexico. Had great experiences, but for me, for my body to get lean enough for an NPC stage, it's pretty extreme. I need to be doing 2 hours of cardio in addition to my lifting every day inside of the 4-week period, and my calories are like less than 1,400. So for me personally, I don't think that competing in the NPC has me as my healthiest self that I was looking for when I first decided to start competing in bikini competitions. That's why I started. I wanted to see what the healthiest version of me could look like. And I want to clarify and say that's not the case for all NPC athletes or IFBB pro athletes. I have friends who compete in a high level on national stages who are able to stay within 5 to 10 pounds of their stage weight doing 0 cardio, and they're able to lean up for stage with some pretty minimal interventions. They just have a different body and a different metabolism. So I'm not saying anything negative about NPC. Certainly nothing negative about my coaches specifically. They're wonderful. If you want to do that, I highly recommend them still. But I just got to a place where I decided that for me personally, I don't think it's the healthiest for me, nor am I really that happy. I really like having a flexible lifestyle. I like that I have a job where I take people out for steak dinners and yummy lunches, and I'm able to go on dates and have wine at art shows. And so for me, I didn't want to do NPC this year. I also don't think that my body inside of 4 weeks of stage weight looks that good. I like having a slightly softer, more feminine look. So for the last few months, I've been checking out different, hey, there's Luna. I've been checking out different leagues and looking at different options, because the truth is I'm a very competitive person. My day job is sales. I compete in pretty much everything I do. For me, it's hard to do anything unless I'm measuring and tracking towards progress towards something. That's just the way I am wired. If you saw my goal sheet, it's like 75 points long for everything in my life. I have goals for how frequently I go to Disneyland. This is how I run my life. So I was looking for something to do, and I found a natural league that tests its athletes, so nobody's taking anything, which I never had taken anything for any of my other shows anyway. But they have a softer look. Their elite pros look like what I want my body to look like, if that makes sense for you all. So I found a show. I'm going to compete on May 11th in California, outside of Riverside in Culver City. And so today marks 16 weeks out. So I am going to be actually prepping myself this time. I have a coach at Glute Lab who writes my weight training programming. So I'm going to continue with that. He's going to coach me in terms of that, because I'm really loving the programming I'm getting from Bryce. And I am going to do my own nutrition, and I'm going to try to prove that you can look amazing and still have a life you enjoy and still eat a wide variety of nutritious foods, and every now and then have a piece of chocolate or a cupcake or whatever it is you love. And so I'm going to do my own nutrition for this one. I'm going to have my bodybuilding coach by Coach Bryce at Glute Lab, and I'm going to see how this goes. So I ran all my numbers over the weekend. Oh, I'm also using the Complete Contest Prep Guide by Lane. I spent all day yesterday reading the book, running all my numbers. So for me, I need to lose, I'm calculating 14 pounds of fat, which you can't just lose fat. So my plan is a total weight loss of 20 pounds over the next 16 weeks. And that time I'm going to give myself a couple of diet breaks. I'm going to do a family trip over the President's Day weekend. I'm taking my little guy to Disney World for a full week for spring break. So I'm certainly going to be living life while I'm doing this. I will be taking little like diet breaks. I'm going to be doing a triathlon in the process. So I invite you to follow along over the next 16 weeks. I'm going to be doing probably more day of eating type videos on my Instagram stories than I have in the past. So you guys can see that for the most part, my meals are going to be very consistent, very dialed in, maybe a little boring, but I'm still going to enjoy life, and so I'll show you when I do that. Maybe some cookie dough. Anyway, I can't wait to see what everything looks like in 16 weeks, and thank you for following along.